obviously, the High Court monitored mayoral poll has all the evidence which can be produced before the respective bench when the matter reaches the court, as the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Indi alliance in Chandigarh has decided to do. But obviously, till then, you are seeing politics. But what is important is that the Indi alliance, in that crucial prestige battle, failed to keep its flock together, leading to BJP, which initially did not have the numbers, sail through and get its candidate elected as mayor. But the same story getting repeated in Uttar Pradesh at a bigger scale. In UP, it's effectively end of Indi. So while the Congress party says that they are still talking to the Samajwadi party, Akhilesh Yadav has gone ahead and released its first list of candidates for the Lok Sabha elections. And apart from giving tickets to two of his brothers and his wife, interesting aspect is that of the 18 seats announced, 5 are those seats which the Congress party wanted. So obviously, Akhilesh, so far as Akhilesh is concerned, there is no dialogue happening with the Congress on those 5 seats and possibly more. And for us to understand what's really happening, which are these 5 seats which the Congress wanted and the Akhilesh-led SP does not want to give and has already announced candidates. Let's go to Ajay Dubey. He's joining us live, I believe, from Lucknow. And Ajay, if you can tell our viewers, what are these 5 seats? Are these important seats which the Congress wanted? And Akhilesh, by announcing candidates, has said, thank you so much, but no thanks. So obviously, the India Alliance has come undone in Uttar Pradesh also. What are those 5 seats which the Congress wanted, Ajay?
Definitely, it's a one-way communication done by Akhilesh Yadav, done by Samajwadi Party. Earlier, they were saying that they are part of alliance. They were saying that it is happening under India banner. But what we can see is that when they announced that there is a coalition between Samajwadi Party and Congress, Akhilesh one-sidedly announces that this much of seat we are going to give to Congress. But till now, there is no reaction out from Congress. Congress leaders, they are not saying anything. They are saying that we wanted 25 seats, but they are discussing regarding less number of seats. Now, while we have 16 parliament seats and candidates announced by Samajwadi Party, what we can see here that here in the list, Samajwadi Party gave Sambal seat to Shafiqur Rahman Park, but Congress wanted Sambal seat. Congress wanted Farrukhabad also, Khiri, Dhaurhara, Unnao, and Lucknow. Let's go to this Khiri seat. What happened in Khiri? There are 2 big faces from Congress. There is a leader called Saif Naqvi and a leader named Ravi Verma, who was earlier part of Samajwadi Party. He joined Congress few days back. Congress wanted to give this ticket to Ravi Verma, but Samajwadi Party, they are making it very clear that they will not allow Ravi Verma to fight this seat because earlier Ravi Verma was part of Samajwadi Party and few days back only he joined Congress. And then Dhaurhara, earlier Jitin Prasad, the minister of Uttar Pradesh government, he was MP few years back, and Congress was at number 2 in elections. So they want Dhaurhara assembly also. Now Samajwadi Party have given this seat to Anand Bhadoria. And let's come to now Anu Tandon. Samajwadi Party given this seat to Anu Tandon. Earlier Anu Tandon was part of Congress. So there are leaders. There is a confusion between Samajwadi Party and Congress is regarding leaders. Leaders who were part of Congress earlier, but now they're part of Samajwadi Party. So there are few seats, and in this list we can see there are around 5 seats which are under the confusion. Congress wanted to fight their own leaders over there, but Samajwadi Party one-sidedly announced their candidate from those seats.
Okay, that's interesting. So effectively, it's a dominoes which began with Mamata in Bengal, reached Bihar with Nitish, and then via Punjab, where Bhagwant Singh Maan famously said, Ek thi Congress. It has reached Uttar Pradesh, where Akhilesh Yadav says, thanks but no thanks, and no truck with the Congress, wherever Akhilesh Yadav wants his candidates, including important seats like Farrukhabad, which has been represented by Salman Khurshid, the likes of Salman Khurshid, and Unnao, and Khiri, of course, and Lucknow. So obviously, Akhilesh Yadav is clear that he is going to call the shots if at all the Congress still has self-respect or no self-respect and wants to come back and have a dialogue on that note. Thank you so much, Ajay, for giving us that lowdown on the decision of Akhilesh to announce those candidates without consulting the Congress party. Indi effectively coming undone yet again, not the first time. State by state, it's really unraveling. We have seen in Gujarat, the Aam Aadmi Party has already announced a candidate without consulting Congress, and now Akhilesh Yadav does that in Uttar Pradesh. All right, moving on. Another one, important one, in fact, concerning India's security situation. We have gotten some fresh visuals from Ladakh of Indian shepherds in their geography pushing back Chinese soldiers at the border. Now, this is an incident which was reported last week in Ladakhi media. These shepherds have exhibited extraordinary resilience in fending off the Chinese soldiers attempting an illegal incursion into Indian territory in eastern Ladakh along the line of actual control. The trespassing Chinese troops, accompanied by military vehicles, including a Dongfeng Mengshi light armored vehicle equipped with a remote control weapon system, were spotted. Now, this location remains unconfirmed, but obviously it's eastern Ladakh. And we can see the shepherds pushing back the Chinese soldiers. So this is Ladakh, this is Indian territory, and the Chinese continuing this kind of incursion. Remember, just last week we had the Chief of Army Staff saying the situation remains sensitive, though of course in control. And now we are getting these visuals from last week where Chinese soldiers are trying to intimidate our shepherds, who bravely push them back and continue with their grazing activity. Let's go to Pathikrit Pine, strategic affairs expert, joining us over the phone on this. Pathikrit, China refuses to mend its ways. What next? How do we tackle this? Our brave shepherds, of course, have pushed back the Chinese soldiers, but I think we need to read the riot act at the Ministry of External Affairs level also.
Abhishek, first of all, we must bow our head to the valiant shepherds of Ladakh. During the Kargil incident also, we had seen in the past the manner in which they acted as eyes and ears of the armed forces and informed the armed forces about the inclusion. So this time also they have proved, how important and critical they are. So far as the Chinese are concerned, I think India is the first country which has prevented the Chinese habit, culture and nature of salami slicing. So in Galwan and whatever happened thereafter, Chinese have, to a great extent failed to actually materialize whatever they wanted to do in terms of having a complete stranglehold in that region. Man for man, machine for machine, India deployed over the last 4 years. And so now you may not have a very high scale of intrusion or attempts, but, with certain small vehicles, light vehicles here and there, they would try to infiltrate and would try to set up the tents. That is a typical PLA culture, and this is not something which is happening for the first time in India. They have tried it elsewhere also. But I think the armed forces have a very high level of coordination, first and foremost with, the locals over there who actually inform in place. And the locals actually know what eventually any kind of Chinese presence does. Because the Chinese, for whatever they do, the manner in which they subjugate people, they know what happened to people of Xinjiang and Tibet.
Yes,
so we must salute those valiant shepherds who actually push them back. But yes, it is a consistent and a persistent issue. It remains a matter of concern. And China, everything said and done, will never amend its ways unless, very strong lessons are taught to them. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Chinese, they don't learn lessons. So they know they cannot continue, they cannot afford beyond the point.
They will not, but of course the world is watching.
Continue to do these things.
Of course the world is watching, Pathikrit, and this is not going to go, it is not going unnoticed, and it's not going to go unprotested, it's not going to go unrecorded, it's not going to go without a challenge. Our shepherds can do it, our army of course is already doing it at multiple levels. On that note,